This Father's Day, there is only one perfect gift. It's the Man Grate Grill Enhancement System. What's a Man Grate, you ask? I asked it. Man Grates are 100% made in America, cast iron grilling grates. These heavy-duty grilling grates deliver exactly what you need to achieve that steakhouse flavor you have been looking for. With Man Grate's patented design, chicken, steak, or veggies will have never tasted so good. No more flare-ups, no more dry meat. Guaranteed. Take advantage of our $20 Mohr Stories special today by clicking on the Man Grate banner at jmohr.com. As a bonus, every Mohr Stories show order comes with a heavy-duty Man Grate grilling brush. 100% made in America, 100% cast iron, 100% steakhouse quality grilling in your backyard. $20 Mohr Stories show special. Click on the Man Grate banner at jmohr.com to order today.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Sickler of the Crab Feast Podcast. The Crab Feast is new to Fake Mustache Studios. Check it out every Tuesday. Now Jay is doing a lot of new things here also, and you know what else is new? The Flex Sports Watch. That's right. You've seen pro athletes wearing these bracelets. Now Flex Sport has put their negative ion technology into a lightweight, stylish, and waterproof digital watch. If you don't already know, negative ions are scientifically proven to boost strength, balance, and endurance. What? So whether you're already in shape and want to improve your fitness, or you need that extra boost to get started, the Flex Sports Watch is for you. It's only $12.95. $12.95. And it comes in 4 cool colors, red, white, black, or pink. Go to jmohr.com and click the link, or go directly to flexsportwatch.com to get yours ordered today. Except no substitutes. Flex Sports Watch, y'all.
Hey, everybody. Hey, don't fast forward over this part. For real, I got to tell you something. Go to jmohr.com and click the amazon.com banner and go to Amazon and buy stuff for yourself. That's really what I want for you out of life, is for you to buy things for you. It is helping the podcast a lot. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And tweet me the strange things that you've purchased with photos or it didn't happen.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game change.
Donuts.
I want to work with you a lot.
Oh, yeah!
Jim Jefferies is our guest. Mohr Stories. Jim, well, don't worry about headphones.
Yeah, I don't need that.
We'll do it guerrilla warfare style, man. Yeah. Thanks for coming back. You, last time, were there, sitting there with that albatross known as Eddie Ifft around your neck.
Yes, poor Eddie.
He's a good man.
He's all right.
He's a friend of the show, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So you used to be roommates with Eddie. Now I understand you got your own place.
I bought a place in Mount Olympus, yeah.
Mount Olympus is like where Persian people live.
Persians and Russians and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't think a guy like a blue-collar, salt-of-the-earth Australian would be up there.
I just wanted to live in a quiet place that had sidewalks, and it's the only place in the hills that has sidewalks. Everything else is windy and horrible. But it does. You can tell my house used to be owned by Armenians. It's just garish as fuck. You know, like I have a double door and columns and shit. I'm going to have to do a lot of work to de-Persian it.
I think that work won't get done.
No. No, I think there's something, and all of the Russians out there as well, I think everything's got like huge windows and you can see like a big chair inside when you walk around the neighborhood. I think it's because if you grow up if you're Russian, you grow up in communism or something, and then you get out of it and you make a bit of money, it's like, look at my chair.
You know what?
Look at the chair I have.
King of the castle, king of the castle. But I also noticed Persian, and when I say Persian, I mean Iranians and fucking Persians. I don't want people going, well, what does he mean? We mean fucking Persians. There's no beating. That's the thing with Jim, is everything's way on the surface. You go out on stage, you can talk about Whitney Houston being a dead fucking crackhead, you could talk about pedophilia, and I love watching you do stand-up comedy. But the Persians, the big thing, we're going to go back to that, the Persians love giant cats.
Yeah.
Not like lions, I mean like ceramic, There's always some type
Big
of...
type of ceramic animals in the front. and
Yeah.
that type of stuff. My house has still got a bit of that hanging around. You've got a couple of giraffes. That would go well in a Persian house.
Well, my corporate name was Giraffe, and a lot of people... My grandfather used to collect giraffes.
Right.
Not the actual animal. That shit would have been amazing. Just
They got
in New
they got
Jersey.
the same amount of bones in their neck as the human
humans.
spine.
But their vertebrae are like the size of an engine block of a car.
Sure.
The real king of the jungle. The giraffe's kick will disembowel a lion, but they never kick each other. They have a sense of fair play. You ever see them fight where they swing their heads at each other?
No, never.
'Cause they know if they
I haven't
kick each
watched
other,
as many
they'll-
giraffes as you might have think.
Yeah, I had you pegged as like a giraffe.
I've been on
nonstop.
safari in Africa and seen them in the wild. That was pretty exciting.
They are like the... I'll say this, and I know I have a soft spot for giraffes. And don't fucking send me any giraffes. I'm good. But I've noticed that giraffes, and with me certainly, but they were always like the underrated, holy shit, you surprised me animal. Anytime you go to the zoo, you go for the monkeys. You think it's funny, you smoke a bowl in the parking lot, you get high, you have a couple pops, and then you're like, the monkeys, the monkeys. And then when you turn that corner and see the giraffes, you're always like, whoa.
Well, I like that monkeys have a certain level of etiquette as well, in the way that if I'm masturbating, and I wouldn't do it in front of you people right now, right?
Yeah.
I would duck into another room and masturbate. But if, let's say, your dog was sitting there, I'd masturbate in front of your dog.
Right.
It wouldn't be because the dog was there. It would be with pornography, but the dog would be incidentally in the room.
So the dog wouldn't be the reason.
The dog wouldn't be the reason, but I wouldn't masturbate in front of people. And monkeys, if you go to the zoo, there'll be a monkey that like 100 people are looking at masturbate, but it'll be hiding behind a tree so as the other monkeys doesn't see it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it doesn't just wank in front of the other monkeys. It goes, I'll find a little private wanking section. But if the public are watching, it's like, look at those stupid animals. I don't care if they see me masturbate.
So we're the voyeurs.
We're the dogs of the monkey world.
So when you're sitting at home jerking off and your dog's staring at you, that's the same thing. The monkey is our intellectual superior because they're jerking off and we're just sitting on the floor looking up at it going, hey, maybe he'll give me cheese later.
Yeah, exactly.
Are the headphones, is this level cool? Can someone grab a headphone and see if, all right.
I don't know.
You were in Australia last week, honey?
No, it's off? Is it off? Yeah, I just went to Australia.
What, you were only there for like 3 days?
I went and did the Atheist convention, and then I did like...
Swear to God.
Yeah, I did the Atheist convention. I'll tell you something weird about the Atheists. They fucking...
Don't believe in God.
They love rocking out long hair and beards.
Really?
They love the Jesus look for themselves, but they don't... You know, they don't believe in... Even the old guys look like God. Like, they have white beards. They have that Santa sort of look going on about them. And I went along and I did all my... I couldn't... Have you ever done a set where you just had to speak about one subject?
No.
It's tricky.
I've come... Yeah. World of Warcraft, like a BlizzCon, like a video game convention.
Right.
So, yeah. But the trick is to sort of trick them into making the circle wider.
Exactly.
But then you're talking about cricket at an atheist convention.
I talked about gay marriage a lot and how the Christians are trying to stop it, but it's really just gay marriage.
And then you go to the gays.
Yeah, then I go to the gays.
Right, you tricked them, sure.
But
Good
I couldn't remember all my religious material, so I went on the internet and YouTubed myself before the gig on my phone and sat there and tried to memorize all my religious, because I had to get 40 minutes together, you know. And I got it all together, and then I did a few of the gay jokes, and I did a joke that we did on April Foolishness together, which was, I like to be gay because I'm a man's man, men like me, I like men, we like each other, I hate women, women hate me, we hate each other. And I go, the only reason I couldn't be gay is because I couldn't fuck something I respect. Right? Now, it's a good
joke.
It's
pro-gay.
Yeah, it's a pro-gay joke.
That's an actual, like, not even kidding. That's an absolute pro-gay joke.
It's fairly misogynistic, sure. But I did that joke at the Atheist convention, and a lot of them got pretty fucking angry about that, saying that was offensive. And then you go,
offensive to who?
To women, I guess. It does say that I don't respect women.
But you would think that the olive branch you extend to gays in the joke would cover your tracks for the misogyny towards women.
You'd think that, but people get...
That really is the bane of our existence. When you're on stage and you go, I really thought you guys would have reacted differently. And it's an atheist convention.
Well, see, this is the thing. I'm saying so many things that would be deemed offensive in other rooms that they've gone, well, that joke's offensive in this particular space. right now.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. I thought there'd be more to the atheist convention. I was thinking it was going to be like Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be a hall I walked through and there'd be people with little stands and scientists pointing out how there can't be a God. No, it was just like a great big hall with seats, and they had speakers every day for 3 days.
What town in Australia?
Melbourne.
Now, how do you get picked? Like, you think that's like a Rogan, Stanhope. I guess you're like the next guy on the list, or you're the top. Obviously, you're the guy that got the gig, but how do they reach out and say,
My management,
how do they know you don't believe in God?
I have so many anti-religious material that I guess they just asked me. I don't know.
But
the thing is, the Melbourne Comedy Festival was on at the same time. There was plenty of comics they probably could have gotten for cheap who were just already
they
there.
just fucking fly
and
out
they flew me out.
an 18-hour flight.
There was like 1,000 comics in town that week.
They could have gotten in a cab
exactly.
as opposed to flown over 2 oceans.
And Ben Elton was there as well, which was interesting.
He's great.
You know Ben Elton?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
not personally, I just know his work.
Of him, yeah.
I like him.
You know, and so he's such a...
I got to get there.
Get to Australia?
Yeah, in England. To England, I got to get Brett Vincent.
Yeah, Brett Vincent will hook you up.
Every time we say Brett Vincent, I always picture like a guy with a pompadour and a skiffle band. It's such like when the Beatles came out, and then we hung out with Brett Vincent.
Yeah. Skiffle was the type of music that never really lasted long.
No.
Skiffle had about 4 good years. Before Skiffle,
pretty good years.
Before rock and roll came in,
and it was so good that they outsourced it to fucking Berlin.
And then there was a guy with just a fucking stick with a bit of string on that used to do that
in a wash tub.
Yeah, and he was out. He was out. Skiffle's over. And
as soon as somebody,
I've mastered this.
It's like the guy with the wax paper over the comb. You never hear a kazoo anymore.
No, not as much as you would like.
So they ask you to do the Atheist convention.
Yeah.
And you just say, yeah, obviously. They meet your price.
Yeah.
You fly over 2 oceans?
Yeah, it was 16 hours or something, yeah.
And you are a guy, this is your commute, essentially. You don't give a shit. Like for me, it would be a month, 2 months of anxiety.
Yeah, but if you're in business or first, it's all right. You know, if you got the bed.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm in first class flying to like New York, I'm going, oh Jesus.
Yeah, but the secret is with these long trips is you leave at midnight, so you're going to be tired. And if you got the bed, and then you get the 8 hours in, and then you watch a couple of movies.
And then you're 10 hours from being there.
I watched.
Then you're
I watched
flights.
Red Dog, the movie. It was pretty good, and I watched. What else?
Red Dog?
Red Dog. Red Dog was a very popular movie in Australia. Because when you're going to Australia, they have all the movie pages on your little home entertainment system. And then they go, Australiana. And I thought, I'll catch up on some Australian films that we haven't seen. Red Dog. Oh, it's a touching film about a dog. Yeah, not like Lassie. It's better than Lassie.
I did a movie with an Australian guy. He did Romper Stomper.
That would be Russell Crowe.
Yeah, but the director...
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I forget his name, but then I did a movie with him because he did Romper Stomper, and it was like an absurd... God, I forget Jefferies something? I forget his name. But the script was sort of absurd. What are you guys hovering over this equipment for? Speak, don't hover.
Checking
Tell us what's happening. All right, well, you make us nervous when you hover like that. We're used to just gripping and ripping. We don't like people hovering. It's like when you're in the emergency room. You don't want anybody near your fucking bed. If someone's near your bed, shit's wrong.
When have you been in the emergency room? What happened?
Knock wood, I have not. But my babies have been in the emergency room because they were born early.
I've been there.
My oldest boy was born 3 months premature because he couldn't wait to get away from that cunt either.
I've been in the emergency room a couple of times. Head injury in Britain. Yeah. I got a fractured skull. So
Drinking accident?
No. That one was someone just came up after a gig and smashed my head into a table.
What the fuck is with you and Eddie Ifft and audience members fighting?
No, that one, I've only been hit twice. One time's on the internet and is fairly well documented where I got punched. And this other one, just a guy, I never really realised why, he just came up behind and smashed my head into the table. And I fractured my skull because that's the softest bit above your nose, between your eye sockets. And he hit me here, but that bit cracked. And this is the wonderful thing about Britain and the no medical service or anything. They just don't even ask your name or anything. They just take it. Like Jefferies isn't my real surname. I went in under Jim Jefferies. My real surname's Nugent, right? And so I didn't even give them my real name, and they bandaged me up, and then I just sort of left. when I wanted
they
to.
They said your name was Pele.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck.
And that's the difference. That's the monumental difference in healthcare between the countries, every other country and us. Is that you can just go in and they just treat you. They don't ask for your insurance.
No, they don't ask for your insurance. They don't ask for anything. You can have insurance. You can have it on top, because the thing is, where insurance helps in Britain. Let's say you need to go to a dermatologist because you got some skin thing, right? So you go to your regular doctor, and then he'll refer you to a dermatologist. Now you have to go, if you're on the National Health, you go into a waiting list. And it might be like 3 weeks before you get to see the guy, right?
By that time, you're fucking purple, covered in scabs.
But if you got the private healthcare cover, you go in the next day.